నేటి బాలలే రేపటి పౌరులు. పిల్లలు ఎంత ఆరోగ్యంగా పెరిగితే రేపటి సమాజం అంత ఆరోగ్యంగా ఉంటుంది. హెల్త్ ఉంటే అన్నీ ఉన్నట్లే. ఏదైనా సాధించగలం, అనుకున్న లక్ష్యాలను చేరగలం. అందుకే ఎదుగుతున్న పిల్లల ఆరోగ్యంపై తల్లిదండ్రుల ప్రత్యేక శ్రద్ధ అవసరం. వారికి ఇచ్చే ఆహారం, జీవన విధానాలు ప్రకృతి సిద్ధంగా ఉంటేనే రేపటి వారి భవిష్యత్తు భేషుగ్గా ఉంటుంది. ఈ నేపథ్యంలో సిరిధాన్యాలతో సంపూర్ణ ఆరోగ్యంపై తెలుగు రాష్ట్రాల్లో విస్తృతంగా అవగాహన సదస్సులు నిర్వహిస్తోన్న రైతు నేస్తం ఫౌండేషన్ పాఠశాలల పిల్లలకు ఆహారం, ఆరోగ్యంపై సమగ్ర వివరాలు తెలియజేయాలని సంకల్పించింది. ఇందులో భాగంగా జనవరి 10న హైదరాబాద్ షేక్పేటలోని ఇంటర్నేషనల్ స్కూల్ సహకారంతో ఆహార ఆరోగ్య నిపుణులు, కృషిరత్న డాక్టర్ ఖాదర్ వలి గారిచే చిరుధాన్యాలు, సహజ ఆహార పదార్థాలు, ఆచరించాల్సిన విధానాలపై అవగాహన కల్పించింది. ఇంటర్నేషనల్ స్కూల్ ఆవరణలో జరిగిన ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో సంపూర్ణ పోషకాల కోసం తీసుకోవాల్సిన ఆహార పదార్థాలు, ఆరోగ్యంగా ఎదిగేందుకు ఆచరించాల్సిన విధానాలను డాక్టర్ ఖాదర్ వలి విద్యార్థులకు వివరించారు. రైతు నేస్తం ఫౌండేషన్ చైర్మన్ డాక్టర్ ఎడ్లపల్లి వెంకటేశ్వరరావు మరియు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ స్కూల్ యాజమాన్యం, సిబ్బంది ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో పాల్గొన్నారు.
Today we have an eminent person amongst us, Dr. Khader Vali, a very well-known and known name to the people who have good food habits. Dr. Khader Vali is a native of Koddur, Kadapa, Andhra Pradesh. He did MSc from Regional Institute of Education in Mysore. Then he did PhD from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Later, he did fellowship in postdoctoral research in the environmental science from Oregon, USA. Initially, he worked as a food scientist. Later, developed interest in reviving millets and research on nutritional value of millets. Recognized as the Millets Man of India, it is awarded with so many awards, for example, Krshiratna Award and so on. We welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Good morning. You all had your breakfast? What did you eat? Get up and tell. Cornflakes. Okay. Breakfast, what did you eat? No breakfast. Dosa. Okay. And what else do you eat for breakfast in general? Whose milk are you drinking? Why does cow give milk? So that all of you can drink, is it? Please answer.
Sir, to feed babies.
To feed kids, baby, calf. Why are you drinking cow's milk? Can one of you answer me? For protein. Okay. Growing and energy. Good. For growth. So if you don't drink milk, you don't grow. Your mother gave you milk. You drank milk from mother's breast directly. Isn't it? Now what if someone else comes and takes your mother's milk away and gives to someone else? So what you are doing is right or wrong? What you are doing is wrong, isn't it? Isn't it wrong? I want yes or no. Drinking cow's milk, is it right or wrong? Why does your mother give milk then? Is my question right? Do you know in your mouth there is no enzyme which can digest protein? There is not even a single enzyme to digest protein in your mouth. And do you know in your tummy to digest milk the enzyme gets switched off genetically when you are around 2.5 years old. So you're drinking milk is absolutely unscientific. You are supposed to drink your mother's milk only and your mother's milk only. Imagine your mother gives birth to another baby after you have grown up 2 or 3 years. Your sister or your brother. Then also your mother gets milk. Am I right? Do you go and drink your brother's milk? Do you? Do you see the logic? So when a cow gives milk, why are you all drinking? Stealing the cow's milk. You are saying it is for protein, for your growth. Imagine there is a place where there are no cows. Do you know cows are not there in any other country other than India? Of course, now they have taken away, stolen away our cow and then made all kinds of genetic modifications, and all over the world there are cows now. They are not really cows. Do you understand what I am talking? No one told you not to drink milk. Am I right? This is a shock for you, isn't it? Scientifically, we are not supposed to drink any other animal's milk because other mammals, that boy told, mammals give milk. Lion gives milk. For whom? Why are you not drinking lion's milk? It will kill you. Why are you not drinking donkey's milk? You see, we have actually got no milk to drink. What we did in the 70s, 1970s, in America, the mothers did not want to feed their babies because they wanted to go to work. Their social pressures were that they had to go to work. So they said, feeding this baby is a big problem. Let's get some cows from India and do something and let the cows give a lot of milk. They did some IVF, in vitro fertilization, injected steroids and made the cows to give 25 liters of milk. Like that, they took thousands and thousands and thousands of cows they started creating. And then they made big sheds, thousands of cows. Give them injection, get the milk, put them in the cold room, add some chemicals so that it doesn't go bad, and then packet it in small packets, plastic packets, and started giving to people. Then there were nurseries. So you go and put your baby, the nurse will come, put a milk in bottle, and put a nipple and put it in the mouth. Then there were nurseries all over in America. And that's how babies started growing. And then everyone, they are very good, milk is very good. You see, we are producing lot of milk. Your cow gives only 1 liter milk. Our cow gives 25 liter milk. Our cow is best, A1 milk. They said this is A1 milk. And your milk is A2. So Indian cow's milk became A2 milk. And then this so-called Jersey, HF, different names, different technology, different names. They said ours is A1 milk, you are all A2 fellows. Then they called it white revolution because milk is... Actually, why do you drink milk? Even today when you go to doctors, what do they say? Drink milk for what? Calcium. Do you know how much calcium is there in 1 liter of milk? And do you know what else is there in the milk? Why do you drink your mother's milk? You have to grow. To grow, what do you need? You need not only protein, not only carbohydrate, not only fat, you also need some hormones. Because you can have all protein, this, that, everything. But then for them to work for your growth, you need some growth hormones. Because the reaction has to begin. The hormones, the enzymes, without that, you cannot grow. So there is a balance of all these things together in your mother's milk so that you can grow well. Imagine now cow grows in 6 months how much? Cow calf. It goes big. In 6 months how much do you grow? You're like this. So now cow's milk has got all the composition, all the steroids, all the growth hormones exactly balanced for a cow to grow. Am I right? So your mother's milk has got the balance of nutrition, balance of protein, balance of carbohydrate, balance of fat, everything fit for you. Now first day how much you are this much. Then after drinking milk of your mother for 3 weeks, are you the same? You're going to get this. Then when you put your mouth on your mother's nipple, mother gets signal. Arre, my baby was this much. Now 3 weeks, my baby is this much. If I give the same milk, this fellow will not grow. So the mother's breast milk producing cells gets the signal the way you are drinking, sucking the milk. So it knows, I have to increase the nutrition value, I have to make things different. So mother starts making the milk differently. So after another 3 weeks, you are grown little bigger. So milk is not a fixed thing. As you grow, mother starts producing different constituents of the milk. The same protein, the same thing, but mother senses that what my baby requires. The same way, when a calf sucks the milk, that cow, that udder, that animal makes the milk for whom? For its baby, the growing baby. The needs of the baby is met by the mother. And this is the beauty of mother-child relationship. It's not just that mother is growing the baby just like that. Mother is calculating each and every day what my beautiful, lovely daughter needs. And mother will not tell you. She is doing without your knowledge. You are not aware of it. But then in America, in the name of development, in the name of societal pressures, they said, this is all nonsense. Let's feed the babies, get the bottle, get the thing, feed everyone, let's go and work. That's how this so-called milk, because they started producing in large quantities, thousands and thousands of milk. They said, we can do business. Let's say milk is good for everyone. Let's do business. Lo and behold, 1970s, 75, all over America, mother said, feed the baby with milk. Milk is good for you. Milk has calcium. Milk has this, milk, blah, 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 blah. Then all over the world, scientists said, yes, milk is good. Very nice. Write in the books. How much calcium does have this milk, 1 liter milk, cow's milk? Does anyone know? Teachers, raise your hands. Cow's milk. Whether it is A1 or A2, whatever. You all said milk has calcium. All 1 liter, if you drink 1 liter calcium, will you get it? No. 990 ml is milk, is 90% is water only, isn't it? The remaining 100 ml, we have all kinds of things. Out of that, in 1 liter milk, how much calcium is there? What am I trying to tell you people now? By now you would have got the wind of what I am trying to tell you. What am I trying to tell you? Don't drink cow's milk. You drink only your mother's milk. I am very happy you got already what I wanted to say after 1 hour. Drinking milk is not good for you. In fact, in America, after they started feeding their babies this so-called white milk, the girls started menstruating at the age of 8, 9, and boys started losing their hair and sperm count. In fact, we are seeing the most dangerous effects of this greatest experiment that this biotechnology has done in the name of milk. The whole humanity has lost its hormonal balance. The girls started having hair on their lips. Men started losing their hair on their heads. Young boys are now baldies. By 25, more than 33% of young boys are bald heads. And now we have each and every street beauty parlors, women going and removing their facial hair. This is, the reason is, human race started drinking milk because these companies wanted to do business. There is no single iota of scientific evidence that milk gives good health. We are all made to believe, the whole world believes that drinking milk is good for you. In fact, it is just the opposite. Only your mother's milk is the best milk for you and nothing else. Have I made my point clear? And in fact, the whole world now, the girls are menstruating, average age is 9. In my clinic, I have now been receiving at least minimum of 5 to 6 young girls menstruating at the age of 4 and 5. And no one takes care of these issues. In fact, almost all over the world, women are suffering because of this most unscientific thing that the human race has chosen to do in the last 50 years. PCOD, endometriosis, menstrual cycles problems, uterus problems. Of course, you kids do not know what I am speaking. Uterus, fibroids, breast tumors, cervical cancers, all of these kinds of gynecological problems will vanish away in just a matter of 6 months if the human decides to stop drinking milk. Half of the hospitals we can close down in this country and all over the world. Have I given you a message? And what about boys? Boys and women have the same problem. They are losing their health of the genital organs. Boys, the sperm count has come down in the whole planet from 120 million to average now it is 50 million. In fact, in other countries, there are no kids born. Italy, there are no kids born. There are no Italians left. Whoever are there now die. Germany, the average age is 48 or so. And the fact that Hyderabad now has got, I think, more than 1,800 IVF centers. For humans, not for cows. Am I making sense to you, young, small boys and girls? Okay, boss, we will not drink milk tomorrow onwards. What do I drink then? If one of you boys ask me, what the hell did you drink when you were a boy? Isn't it? Because when I was a boy, there were no cows all around like this, giving 25 liters. There were only Indian cows. Cows are not present anywhere on this planet, only in India. Now it is there everywhere, they have taken around. Say 100 years ago, there were cows only in India. And how much milk they were giving? Each cow when the baby is born, 1 liter or half liter, or maximum 2 liters. North, near Rajasthan and Gujarat, around that area, there was one particular variety of cow called Gir. That cow used to give 3 or 4 liters. So 4 liters, that means its calf was so big. So if you leave the calf to feed the mother, it used to drink 3.75 liters and only 0.25 liters were left, and that leftover milk used to come out by itself. And that the owners of the cow in India used to take it as prasad, very sacred. And in fact they were not 0.25 liters, who can drink? Very small amount. So it used to become curds by itself, lactobacillus. So they used to churn the curd and make buttermilk and drink. And this is the story of cow. You understand what I am talking? So what was I drinking? Because when I am now 66 years old, so at that time there was no cow's milk, there was no bottle, there was no Nandini, there was no Amul, there was no Arogya milk coming in the plastic bottles and plastic. So after my mother's milk is over, 2.5 years old, what was I drinking? I was drinking millet milk, pearl millet milk, finger millet milk, foxtail millet milk. Have you heard these names? Ragi, have you heard? So if you soak 1 kilo ragi, grind and put water and get 3 liters of ragi milk, you know how much calcium you have in that ragi milk? Approximately 4 times more than your cow's 1 liter milk. That means if you have calcium problem, what are you supposed to drink? What are you drinking? And you have been drinking cow's milk. Has your calcium problem gone away? You go to doctor, he says calcium is less, take this tablet. So if you have been drinking calcium full milk, why are they giving you calcium tablet again and again? We have not asked this question. Have we asked this question? Many girls, many ladies including many boys are also taking calcium tablet. Oh, your bone has to go, take calcium tablet. Oh, you have been giving us milk. You said milk is good for calcium. Where is the calcium go? First of all, there is no calcium in milk. You have only 920 milligrams of calcium in 1 liter of milk. And that too, it doesn't get into your body. You cannot absorb. Because our body enzymes are designed to get milk from only our mother's milk. And the milk that you have been drinking, the human race has been drinking, you are only drinking milk. Elders are drinking coffee and tea per day 5 times. Kids also drinking milk, saying that it is good. Elders are also drinking coffee, tea, paneer, pizza, cheese, all this is coming from where? So you are torturing cows, not giving the milk to their babies, and you guys are stealing. Am I right? Am I right or wrong? Why am I trying to do this? Because I want all of you not to fall sick. When you drink milk, your immunity gets down. Along with milk, what do you drink? You put sugar, na? Bournvita sugar, Boost sugar, coffee sugar, sweet, chocolate sugar, cake sugar, sweet sugar. You know how much sugar India is producing? This is not just your skills, you are going to get a good job, you know this. This is not general knowledge. This is the knowledge that will give you health permanently, lifelong. No doctor, no books will give you health, because we have been writing our books on wrong information. So if you drink ragi milk, you will never ever have problem for your bones, I will guarantee. How many have you seen ragi? How many have you seen milk packet? You see the business? You see the business? Ragi is our ancient food. We have forgotten. How many people have eaten ragi? Oh, I am glad. I am very glad. At least 25% have eaten. How many teachers are eating ragi? How many are drinking coffee? Wow. Thank you. So now, what are you supposed to drink? And there is another millet called pearl millet, sajjalu and wonderful milks. Korrala palu, foxtail millet milk, finger millet milk, pearl millet milk. Like this, we have lost lot of grains that were used as food in India. Now what are you eating? Rice and wheat, am I right? People have stopped eating. In the name of green revolution, we have got rice and wheat. Just like in the name of white revolution, we have got milk. Rice and wheat, when you eat, in a matter of 15 minutes, your blood gets flooded with glucose. Glucose is what you need for energy. You burn glucose, produce carbon dioxide. That's what you breathe out. You breathe in air containing both oxygen-rich air and carbon dioxide is less. When it goes in, the oxygen is taken by hemoglobin and delivered into the cell. Your glucose, after digesting rice, wheat, sugar, in your blood, it is taken into the cell by insulin, a hormone, and then oxygen burns the glucose and releases carbon dioxide. That's what you breathe out. When you breathe out, the air is hot, because inside every cell you are burning glucose. Just like you burn a stick, you get heat. Like that, each and every cell in your body produces heat and energy. That's why the carbon dioxide, again hemoglobin carries it, and through lungs you put it out. And this is why your air coming out of you is warm, and when the air goes in is cold, oxygen. So when you burn glucose, you get energy. And if you don't have glucose in your blood, say you have loose motions, you have vomitings, you become fainted because there is no energy in your body. So what does doctor do for you? He'll put glucose in your blood. Am I right? Immediately glucose has to be there in the blood so that you get energy. So glucose is energy for you. But then when you eat rice and wheat and sugar, you pump in so much glucose in your blood that you start sleeping when I start talking. So you eat idli or dosa or puri or coffee, tea. The sugar in your blood makes you sleepy because you have more than energy than what you need. So glucose has to be stored. It makes cholesterol, it makes glycogen, it makes triglycerides. That's why we are seeing young boys and girls have BP, blood pressure, because the blood is getting thick. I have in my clinic kids every month, minimum of 8 kids below the age of 15 are taking BP tablets. That means doctors are only giving tablets. They are not telling don't eat rice, don't eat wheat, don't eat sugar. Your wheat, rice, sugar is what is causing. In fact, in the population, the elders, now 35% of people are taking BP tablets. 35% people are diabetes. 35% people have thyroid problem. So like this, we are increasing diseases by what we are eating. So there is a direct relationship in our food habits being changed and what we were eating before. So back in 1987, I did my PhD in Institute of Science and went to America to do further postdoctoral. That's when I met first a small girl who was menstruating at the age of 6. Then I started doing research and found that the whole human race is going in the wrong direction, and that's how we have IVF centers, beauty parlors, young men not having sperm count, and the kids born, or many kids are born mentally retarded. 18 kids out of 100 now all over the world are born without mental concentration. They are called ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive diseases. It's all because the sperms are not healthy. The men, sperms are not healthy. To make a boy or girl in mother's womb, you need sperm and ovum. Ovum comes from female, sperm comes from the male. You understand? So if the ovum and sperm are not healthy, this is what happens. And many kids are very angry nowadays. They take their things, they throw away. They don't listen to their parents. They don't have attention. The reason is our hormones are imbalanced. Our sugar levels are high in the blood. All these things are happening because of what? Food. The food that we are producing has been completely wrong. And the food that our ancestors were eating, foxtail millet, kodo millet, barnyard millet, brown top millet, we were eating more than 28 kinds of grains, diversified grains. But now, in South India we eat rice, in North India they eat wheat. And now and then we exchange a little bit. That means we have become monoculture. We all think food means rice in South India. Nowadays, because of movement, we are also eating puri, we are also eating upma. But earlier we were making upma with rice only. So in the last 50, 60 years, we have changed our food from desi food to foreign food. All these are chemicals. They put lot of fertilizers to grow these two grains. And our rivers are contaminated, our air is contaminated, our water, our soil is contaminated because the way we are producing our food. So last 20 years, here is a man sitting, he has been campaigning for natural food. In fact, he owns a chain of stores called Natural Foods, raitunestham. He has been friend to farmers, educating them every week, hundreds of farmers, the way to grow the real food, the way to grow millets, the way not to grow sugarcane, the way you should not do this, you should do this. This is the right way of food growing. He is called friend of farmers. He is known as Raitunestham Venkateshwar Rao. In fact, government has recognized his services. 2019, he has been bestowed upon Padma Shri Award for his wonderful services to the society. Just not in Hyderabad, he is running all around Andhra Pradesh, every town, every district, every village. He is running around. Almost in a month he is not in the house for 20 days. So he has been trying to bring back our ancestral practices of how to grow real food, natural food, so that young kids of future generation get fresh, healthy food. What did we learn now in this 40 minutes? One of you, any one of you, can you come and tell one point? Come, please come. Tell your name, class. Yes, go ahead.
Don't drink cow's milk.
Don't drink cow's milk. Why you should not drink cow milk?
Because it has enough proteins only for cow.
Absolutely. The constituents are meant, designed, made by the cow for its calf, not for you, not for your constitutional requirements. Who will make your requirements? Your mother, not all mothers. Each mother makes milk differently when a different baby is born. So the milk is so dynamic. It is very specific for that particular kid, for that particular mother and that particular time. This is science, the real science. Thank you. Any other point, someone else?
My name is Kaski and I'm class 11 student. And from your kind words, I've learned wisdom those words. I've learned that the human race has started consuming raw foods, and scientifically, due to business purposes, the businessmen have started, and the books are also printing wrong information about the foods, and the nutritious foods has been lagging behind. The ancient foods we have left the base, and now we are drinking artificial milk, artificial foods, which are not even that essential for a human diet.
Excellent. She has really summarized what I have told in 40 minutes. What's your name? Saskin. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. Fabulous. Because
it's not produced for us, and it is only meant for the cow's babies, and millet is for us, and etc.
And millet food is good for you. Am I right? Yes. Rice and wheat are going to give you BP, diabetes, thyroid. All these problems are because of rice, wheat and sugar. Okay? Great. Thank you. Yeah. So now you all understood the essence of the whole idea. Now actually I want all of you to think of questions. And I want someone to moderate. One of the teachers should make each student ask. We will have 10 questions. 10 questions, and then after that we feel some more time is required, another 10 questions. Okay? One of you teachers come and please regulate or moderate the...
But the thing is, milk, wheat, sugar, if we cut down on them and all that in the food pyramid, they are the most crucial food items which you should consume. How do we substitute the products?
Yes. What are the alternatives? Is her question. There have been all over the world in each and every continent, human race has been consuming minimum of 28 different kinds of grains and tubers for the requirements of protein, for the requirement of fat, for the requirement of carbohydrate, for the requirement of various vitamins and nutritional minerals. And the nutritional books have been sabotaged by the businesses, saying that there is nutrition in this, and if you get sick, you need to take supplement. Again another business. But God has been very gracious. He has given enough nutrition, not only nutrition, even healing properties in the form of millets. We have worked diligently with 5 grains called kodo millet, brown top millet, barnyard millet, little millet and foxtail millet. These 5 millets have got every vitamin that human being needs and enough of it. And beyond that, all the nutritional aspects, carbohydrate, protein, oils, everything that you want and beyond. What is beyond? Just having nutrition doesn't give you health. Now you get health not by just eating right protein, right fiber, right. What happens after eating, after getting all the things right? You burn glucose and produce what? Carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide has to go out, am I right? So every day what else you do? Beyond sleeping. In sleep you expel lot of carbon dioxide. Even if something stuck in the daytime because you are very busy not breathing properly, that's why God has kept 8 hours of sleep in the night. You all fellows lie down. Don't do anything else other than expelling all your carbon dioxide out. If not, you will die. See, if I just hold your nose and mouth steadily 3 minutes, what will happen? You will die. That means carbon dioxide left in your body will kill you. And that's what, if you don't breathe properly, what happens? Not die completely, it becomes poison and you start getting sickness. That's why you need to breathe out properly. That's why our ancestors, what did they say? Sit in one place calmly, watch your breath, take deep breaths. See, when you do slowly and steadily, you are expelling all the carbon dioxide which is stuck in each and every cell. Don't sleep, I ask you to only close the eyes. Okay, open your eyes, rub your hands. Why do you rub your hands? The blood flows. That means the blood is busily bringing the carbon dioxide into your lungs and then you are taking. Now, do you feel little better than before? That means health is what? Throwing out the toxic morbid waste that you are accumulating. Just like that, we have Mala, Mutra, Sweda, Nidra. These are the 4 kinds of expelling the toxic morbid waste. Air, wind is carbon dioxide and other gases. This is Mala. This is urine. You go to urinals, you expel lot of toxic morbid waste, uric acid, creatinine, these kinds of things, excess things, throw it out. So if you don't urinate for 3 days, you have to go to hospital. Am I right? And then morning, what do you do? Go to toilet and shit. Am I right? Don't laugh. If you don't shit for 6-5 days, then your tummy you will have pain and constipation, like that. That means what? Health depends on what? What? Your shit, your urine, your breathing out, and one more. Now sleep, you have carbon dioxide coming out. So solid is over, liquid is over, air is over. One more. Fourth, expelling toxic morbid waste from our body. Excellent. Sweat. That is neither liquid nor salts. It's called salt balancing. The cations have to be thrown out. If they are excess, your electric signals go haywire. So that's why people say don't eat more salt, don't eat more salt. You understand? So if you are eating more salt, you better run, jog, sweat it out. So everything has to be balanced. So health depends on balance. So having protein, having carbohydrate, having right fat, everything is fine. Having vitamins, having everything is good. You are making energy. The moment you make energy, you are having oxidative stress because you are burning glucose with oxygen, and that process produces all waste products, many waste products in the body. And that's why God has given you these wonderful 4 different mechanisms of throwing away the waste. That means your health is not just feeding yourself. What else is left for good health? Throwing out things. So just eating is not good. You also bad things that are generated. And that's what happens if you don't shit, if you don't urinate, if you don't sleep. Sleep, I mean, if you don't throw out the carbon dioxide completely. So God gave you 8 hours. Throw out all this nonsense in the sleep. That's why whenever you get good sleep, you get up in the morning, you are ready to go. You are energetic. You have that enthusiasm to do anything. And that's what is health. So if you don't sleep for 2-3 days, you are tucked, falling down. Am I right? So health is not just eating. Health is not just nutrition. Health is what? To throw away this toxic morbid waste. And millets have got wonderful fiber that can take the oxidative stress called EMF and remove all this toxic morbid waste on a daily basis. Daily basis. That's why these millets are not just nutritional, they are therapeutical, called healing grains. Millets are not just nutraceuticals, they are healing grains. These are called desi ahar. This is the food that our ancestors ate for ages, thousands of years. In fact, Venkatramana Swami, our so-called Timapa, he fell down from heavens and he hurt his head. It started bleeding, and after 3 days there was pus. Then his mother came and said, "Oh boy, you have problem. I'll feed you little millet porridge." And little millet porridge removes all the bacterial infection and the gangrene that got healed in 3 days. That means the toxic morbid waste is healed, removed by the fiber of this little millet. So when you are having any injury, if you eat little millet, it will heal in 2 days. You don't need any antibiotics. But if you keep eating sugar and rice and wheat, it will not heal. So you have to go to doctor every day, antibiotic course for 18 days. And then you will kill all the microbes in your tummy. And that will create more diseases. You see the point? So what was the question? Have I answered? Did you understand? Next question.
Sir, you told us that instead of drinking milk, we can drink Khader. So, what are the other things? What are the other things you can do instead of ragi that can help with this?
Yeah. See, in each area, depending upon where you live, God gives different kinds of things. So, in South India, we are still growing ragi and pearl millet. You go to Dubai, those fellows do not grow. For them, they get some almonds, some badam or something like that. So they can soak that and make milk. So all over the world, God has given different kinds of materials that you can make milk out of. You go to America, they have pine trees all over. That pine nuts, you soak them and make milk. It's good for them. But I cannot say I want to drink pine milk because we don't have pine trees here. So the diversity of these plants, fauna and flora in the world is meant for providing food for different regional people. So now all over the world everyone is drinking the same milk, and that's why all of us have got the same diseases. That's why these pharmaceutical are making lot of tablets and making money and money and money. You see the point? So we all have to take care of our environment, the local food materials. So we all have to do research and figure out what were our ancestors doing, and that's what I have been doing for the last 30 years.
Sir, but you told us that everything which we are utilizing, like we are giving steroids to cows to produce more liters of milk. So when we are growing ragi or other source of milk products, we are using chemicals in them. That chemicals does not harm us.
Yeah, it's a good question. Millets do not require any fertilizers, any chemicals to grow, unlike rice and wheat. Of course, rice and wheat you don't give hormones, you give fertilizers and then pesticides to grow. So you may say, I will drink wheat milk. You cannot drink wheat milk because a lot of chemicals, and wheat doesn't have the nutritional value that these millets have. Okay? This is the answer. So first of all, don't drink animal products. That's out of the window. That's absolutely not logical, absolutely not scientific. So you could actually ask your question, why can't I drink wheat milk? Wheat is unnatural food for us because it cannot grow everywhere. It has to, you have to build a dam, you have to do this, you have to do that. Whereas these millets can grow on Himalayas, they can grow near desert. Anywhere, 10 degrees to 45 degrees. You understand? You got the answer? So different areas. If you go to America, they have pine nuts of wonderful milk, best milk for them. But I'm not going to ask them to drink ragi milk. Well, we can grow ragi easily. We don't need to transport and produce lot of diesel problems. Transportation requires lot of carbon dioxide is going to be released into the environment. So if you produce your food locally, eat locally, all these climate change problems are also going to be solved. So if you eat ragi, if you eat millets, you are going to change the world. Am I right? Because you are going to stop the climate warming also. That's the point. Thank you.
Sir, you said about not drinking milk and why, that is okay, but while you were explaining, I got a doubt that our mothers, they give birth once, twice, or thrice a year, once, twice, thrice or something, and they produce milk at that particular time. But then do cows give birth throughout the year because they give milk throughout the year?
This is a fantastic question. In fact, cows also don't give birth throughout the year. They are making it so that they can keep milking the cows. And that is the cruelty of the human beings. Because you want to drink cow's milk, you are making that animal by injecting the hormones. The moment it stops giving milk, another IVF, another baby, another set of stuff. And this is the problem we all have to address. Excellent point. Excellent point. I am so glad. These are, see, I have given lectures, thousands of fellows, thousands of elders, scientists I have given lecture, I have given lecture to doctors, I have given, but no one asked this kind of questions.
Sir, it has been told for a long time that apple keeps the doctor away. What is the fact of that?
An apple keeps the doctor away. There is a story. It's not story, this is what has happened. Sit. Apples are not grown in India, only in Kashmir, near that area where there is cold weather. Go and sit. in 1920s to 50s, northern hemisphere, where there is cold weather, you have apples growing like mad. Just like our mango tree, our guava tree, the apple trees simply keep growing in their places. But by then itself, these Americans started eating meat. Almost they eat every day, morning, afternoon, night, only meat. Meat and bread. That's their food. So there is no fiber. These guys were not able to shit in the morning because there is no fiber. All Americans, 90% of them were constipated. And all rich fellows and all, everyone has the problem. They go to doctor every day. The doctor is to... Nowadays you have smartphones, the medicine comes to you. It was not like that. There was no phone, nothing like that, no, in that times. So they used to go to a doctor every day. Doctor used to make some concoction. If they drink, morning they can go to toilet. Yeah, something similar. So what happened, one old man, one poor fellow, and no one used to eat apples. They were all on the road falling down from the trees. No one used to care. Because if you have lot of mangoes, how many will you eat? Eat one or two. After that you don't even look at them. Am I right? The same thing, no one used to bother about apple. But then this old poor man didn't get food. So he said, okay, let me eat this apple. He went and ate one apple. And lo and behold, early morning he just ran and had his bowel movement and shit. No, very happy he was. Then he said, oh, if I eat apple, I don't need to go to the doctor. Then he said, oh, let me do this one more time. So next day evening also he ate an apple. Next day morning also he went to the toilet without going to doctor. He said, this is wonderful. Why should I go to doctor? I will eat an apple. And he started eating an apple. Then he said he was so happy and confident. An apple day keeps the doctor away. That's how this came. And that means what? When you eat apple, you are getting the fiber. And that's what our millets have. You don't need to apple. You just eat millets, you get that problem. Did I answer your question? Yeah, apple has good amount of fiber, good amount of malic acid, which can make your movements burn, and then lot of detox, antioxidants it has got. But we don't need to apple. We have got guava fruit, which has better things than apple. Jampandu, guava fruit, that's fantastic.
Excuse me, sir. You said that don't drink cow's milk and drink mother's milk because it's healthy. But for mother's milk, it will be certain time only, sir.
Yeah, till the time your mother gives you milk, you drink milk. After that, I told you to drink ragi milk, pearl millet milk, coconut milk. All these are wonderful milks that God gives us. So after your mother milk is gone, stop, you drink this milk.
Good morning, sir. My name is Vali, class 9C. So my question was, you said that you should stop drinking milk, that is cow milk. So in a few years, imagine you stop drinking milk, example, Amul. So what will happen to the economy of India? Because when I talk about economy, it's not just about money. It's about the, for example, if the sales increase, the price of the stock of Amul, it increases. Sales increase, the price of stock increases. And then the money which is used by the people in the stock, that increases. So how will the money will be affected a lot? So how do you think will millet be established or replaced at least what has Amul established here?
This fellow wants to become an economic expert. He's talking about stocks and shares. Excellent. It's a good question. See, the answer is again wrong, I'll tell you. Now, all the dairies, Amul or Nandini or whatever, you know the second biggest dairy is in Karnataka, Nandini milk. All these technologies are patented. That means anywhere in the world milk is taken, the company that started the technology will get more than 50% of the money. That means whether it is Amul or Anand place or Karnataka, whatever money they are making, 50 to 60% money goes to the foreign companies. So whose stock and shareholding is increasing? So by drinking, by making artificial food, the food corporate companies have got the hold by the name of patents. So in fact, all of you stop drinking milk. 50% of the foreign exchange is going to stay in India only. So the money that we are spending on milk is actually making profits for the foreign companies. Now, your next question, because you are an economy fellow, can I make a company which can make money for our country? And that is where millets come in, because nowhere else millets are grown. We can grow. We are growing. We are the number one in the whole world. So we can actually, maybe I think next future you will be making millet milk factory. Here we have budding entrepreneur. Now he is going to make all of you drink millet milk. What's your name? Yes. So we have to shift to our Indian food and develop technologies so that the money remains in India. And that is the exact point, is your answer. Thank you very much.
Sir, as you said...
What's your name?
Aditi.
Yes.
Sir, you said that millets can only be produced in India. So what are the other things that can be done other than milk in other countries?
Yeah, I already gave you examples. For Americans, they have pine nuts. And in Canada, they have what is called maple. Like that, different countries have different kinds of nuts and different oil seeds. You go northern side, they have lot of sesame seed they produce. So in fact, sesame seed is produced in Africa, a lot of it. And in Nigeria, there is called Niger seed. So Niger seed milk is fantastic. It's very good for brain development. So each and every locality, God has given different, that is what is called diversified food habits. And that has been killed by this corporate food effect. Very good question.
So what is the difference between soya milk and millet milk?
Soya bean is a genetically modified dicot. So I don't want you, it's a fantastic question. Come here. Very good question. Soya bean no one should touch because it is produced by genetic modification. It is using a chemical called glyphosate, which is causing blood cancer in kids. So soya bean is producing lot of protein. In the name of producing protein, they are using a herbicide for the soya bean. Don't use soya bean and soya products. Millets, absolutely no chemical. So whatever milk that we get is completely nutritious, not only nutritious, healing grains. See, nutrition you can get if not from apple, if not from another fruit. You can eat some fruit and say, I am having nutrition. But then, does it clean your body? Only then you get health. That's why millets are very important. For a complete health, you need millets.
So I have read that in order for cows to produce actual milk for their reproduce, there needs to be certain amount of milk that has to be milk so that their milk is good for their reproduce. So if we stop drinking milk completely, won't that affect their milk?
Yeah, I am not asking you not to drink milk, but drink the right milk. Cow's milk, if you drink, you get constipated. Okay? And not only that, as you grow old, there is a way to remove your shit. Now where are you going to toilet? Like this, isn't it? Actually you are supposed to sit like this. That's when your anus opens completely. And this is called Malasana. This is called Malasana. Can you sit like this every day 3 minutes? Can you practice? This is Indian toilet. What's your name? Do you have Indian toilet in your house? How many millet. You guys are not secret. Yeah, I'm. Whenever you want to stop. I am so happy today. I am so happy today because I have young boys and girls to listen to. In fact, I am so lucky today. I have been giving thousands of lectures, but when I meet young boys and girls, that day is my lucky day. Yes, millet milk not only substitute, it makes you all the problems you have got from milk go away. So it is the best milk that you can think of.
My question is milk, sugar, wheat, these are running a lot of households in India. And in modern society, women can't produce milk due to lack of diet.
Yeah, this is a good question. This boy is thinking in the modern world, women cannot produce milk. That is true, because if you keep eating rice, wheat, milk, sugar, your lactation also goes down, and that's why it's a vicious cycle. They are saying milk is needed because they are not producing milk. That's what these Americans did. They did to themselves. But then if you eat pearl millet, if you eat little millet, we have cured thousands of women who are not able to feed their babies. Now they have fed their babies for 2.5 years with enough good milk. So pearl millet, when the lactating mother eats for 3 days, the milk starts flowing. So that's a wonderful question. The answer is in the millets.
What are the uses of ragi malt?
What are the uses of ragi malt? It's better than Bournvita, it's better than Horlicks, it's better than any drink that you are buying. Just take 100 grams of ragi, roast it well, soak it, grind it, get the milk and warm it, drink it. It is 100 times better than any of the drinks that you can drink because it gives you full calcium. Kids, calcium is very important to grow. Your bones have to grow. So, best milk for kids to drink is ragi milk. So, you can make malt. Malt means you add little this and that and make it tasty. But just as such, ragi milk is very tasty. Try tomorrow onwards. Very nice. Yeah, you need ragi milk. Grow well. Very nice.
Sir, I would like to ask you, sir. So, is there a plant-based milk, sir? Because when we cut the stem of a plant, a white color liquid flows, sir. So, is it a type of milk or?
Yeah. The boy's question is very interesting. Now you listen. His question is, when you cut some plants, you get milk. It is true, some of the plants give milk, but that milk is not what we are talking. Say there is a plant called datura. Have you seen? That white flower will be there in the streets. When you cut that, you get milk. Don't drink that. You will become mad. So different things. In fact, in nature, we are not the only people, living fellows. There are millions of living things. So God makes food for everyone. So everything is not for us. Our knowledge, our ancestors, our elders have done this work and told you to do this, not to do that.
Yes, sir.
So we need to follow them. It's a good question.
If you consume too many foods, then you get mouth ulcers.
If you consume too many millets, you will get mouth ulcers. In fact, it is just the other way around. The milk is causing autoimmune problems. If you eat millets without soaking and cooking, you will get that. The reason to soak millets is it has got lot of fiber. So you have to soak millets before you cook. How many hours? 6 to 7 hours. So if you cook millets without soaking, you will have the problem what you are seeing. So it is very easily solved. Just soak the millets 7 to 8 hours, then make your dish. No problem.
My name is Ashok. I'm from 9E. My question is, you said to change our dependence to millet milk. But in millet milk is casein present, which is used for curding.
Yeah. You can make curds out of pearl millet. You can make curds out of groundnut milk. You can make pearl out of ragi milk. No problem. It's the bacteria, that lactating bacteria that makes that. It is not that it is there in the milk also. It is the combination of the milk and the bacteria that make the amino acids or whatever that you are talking about, the proteins, extra is done by the microbes. So you are forgetting the microbial world. It is the microbes that make, even for animals. Animals don't make it, it is the microbes that make. Very good question.
My question is, why should we avoid eating wheat and rice?
Wheat and rice pump glucose into your blood in large quantities without control.
Sir, millets?
Millets take 8 to 9 hours because there is fiber. It slowly releases glucose into your blood.
Sir, but the nutritional value, if we compare, the rice and wheat are also having the same rate, sir.
No. Millets have much more. 4 times more.
Sir, but we should take a balanced diet, sir.
Yeah, in fact it is the millets constitution which is balanced for human beings, not rice and wheat, because rice and wheat doesn't have control. It releases fast and furious.
Sir, but we should take everything in balanced quantity, right, sir?
Yeah, these are the balanced food. Rice and wheat is imbalanced. No, rice and wheat are imbalanced. It creates imbalance to you.
Sir, taking them in a small quantity?
He doesn't want to stop eating rice and wheat. That's why he is arguing. Rice and wheat are bad for you, period.
Sir, you told that we should not drink other animals' milk, but then grandmothers say that we should drink goat milk, they are very nutritious. Then...
No, the same logic. Goat milk is for the goat baby, not for you. Okay?
Sir,
Nutrition is good for the goat, not for you.
And I want to ask, if you are saying not to drink cow milk, but to drink millet milk. So I want to ask, if you are allergic to millets, let's say, what would you substitute with?
Yeah, many people are actually allergic to milk, cow's milk, whereas no one is allergic to millet milk. No one is allergic to milk because there are no steroids, there are nothing like that. And that is the beauty. You just have to drink. Because you like cow's milk, you don't want to drink this millet milk. That is the problem. Right.
I'm Khader, sir. So when government realized that milk is not good for us, then we see that on every pack there is a seal called FSSAI, like Food Safety Authority of India. Then why did they ban it?
Yeah, it takes time for government to make policies. Of late, in the last 5-10 years, people like me have been coming out and telling that what we are doing is wrong. So it takes a lot more time for all the people to realize and recognize and demand the government not to do this. So it will take some more time. Like by the time you become elders, you all can demand, hey, we don't want milk for our kids. Yeah, that's what we are doing. That's what we are doing. We are trying to spread the awareness, and that's how we build the policies. Very good. So you also spread the awareness. ఎందుకంటే మీ అందరూ కూడా శుభాకాంక్షలు. దిస్ ఇయర్ మిల్లెట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇంటర్నేషనల్ మిల్లెట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇయర్ 2023. అంటే ఈ సంవత్సరం స్టార్టింగ్లోనే మీరందరూ కూడా మిల్లెట్స్ గురించి తెలుసుకోవడం, అంటే మీరు తీసుకునే ఆహారం ఎలాంటిది, ఎలాంటి ఆహారం తీసుకోవచ్చు అనే దాని మీద గుడ్ లెక్చరర్ అయినందుకు మీరందరూ కూడా శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియజేస్తాను. ఆరోగ్యం మహాభాగ్యం కాబట్టి మీరందరూ కూడా టేక్ మిల్లెట్స్, ఈట్ మిల్లెట్స్, టేక్ గుడ్ హెల్త్. అదే మెయిన్. ఆర్గానిక్ ఫుడ్ తీసుకోండి. అంటే బయట ఏదైతే జంక్ ఫుడ్ ఉందో అవన్నీ కూడా తీసుకోకుండా ఉండాలని చెప్పి నేను కోరుకుంటున్నాను. యాక్చువల్లీ ఈ కార్యక్రమం ఖాదర్ గారు బిలో 10th క్లాస్ ఎప్పుడు కూడా లెక్చరర్ ఇవ్వలేదు. దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఫస్ట్ టైం. అంటే నేను అడిగినప్పుడు బిలో 10th క్లాస్ అంటే వాళ్ళకి అర్థం కాదేమో అన్నప్పుడు కాదు కదండి, నేను చిన్నప్పటి నుంచే పిల్లలకి చిన్నప్పటి నుంచే ఏ జనాలు చెప్తే కనుక మనకు కొంచెం అర్థమవుతుంది, వాళ్ళకి బాగుంటుందని చెప్పేసి నేను వెంటనే నాకు ఐడియా వచ్చి మేడం రావడం, మేడం కూడా అంగీకరించి ఈరోజు షార్ట్ టైంలో ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని ఏర్పాటు చేసినందుకు మేడం కూడా ధన్యవాదాలు. అలాగే స్కూల్ యాజమాన్యానికి. మీరందరూ కూడా మిల్లెట్స్ తినండి, మీ పేరెంట్స్ని కూడా ఒప్పించండి. మీరు గుడ్ హెల్త్ కోసం మీరందరూ కూడా మిల్లెట్స్ తినాలని కోరుకుంటూ ఇంకా అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన యాజమాన్యానికి ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుసుకుంటూ, ఎందుకంటే కొన్ని మిల్లెట్స్ బిస్కెట్ కూడా నేను తీసుకోవడం జరిగింది. ఆ బిస్కెట్స్ కూడా అందరికీ పంచాలని చెప్పి నేను కోరుకుంటూ ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుసుకున్నాను. జై జవాన్ జై కిసాన్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఈ వీడియో మీకు నచ్చితే లైక్ చేయండి, ఇతరులకు షేర్ చేయండి. వీడియోపై మీ అభిప్రాయాన్ని కామెంట్ రూపంలో తెలపండి. మరిన్ని వ్యవసాయ వీడియోల కోసం రైతు నేస్తం యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్ ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. పక్కనే ఉన్న గంట సింబల్ నొక్కి నోటిఫికేషన్స్ ద్వారా తాజా వీడియోల సమాచారం పొందండి.